The restaurant fell silent the moment she answered him. Her voice was calm, steady, but every word struck like lightning. And the billionaire who had mocked her just moments ago suddenly looked like a child caught stealing. But to understand that moment, you have to know who Emily Carter really was. The hook, the insult that started everything. It was a cold Friday evening when Daniel Alvarez, a self-made billionaire known for his arrogance, walked into the Olive Bridge, a small but elegant family restaurant where Emily worked as a waitress to support her younger brother. Daniel sat at his table with two business partners, barely looking at Emily as she approached. Buenas noches, she greeted politely, placing menus before them. Daniel smirked. Then, thinking she didn't understand Spanish, he leaned toward his partners and said loudly, Mira esta camarera, tan simple. Probablemente nunca logrará nada en su vida. Look at this waitress, so simple. She'll probably never achieve anything in her life. The men laughed. Emily froze. Her heart tightened. Her face burned. But she didn't react. Not yet. Emily's backstory: the girl who lost everything. Emily Carter wasn't simple. She was once a brilliant student at a prestigious language school. She spoke English, Spanish, French, and Italian with near-perfect fluency. But life doesn't always reward hard work. Her parents died in a car accident 2 years earlier, leaving her with full responsibility for her 11-year-old brother, Michael. She had to abandon university, take multiple jobs, and do whatever she could to keep him in school. People assumed she was just a waitress. They never saw the woman fighting a war behind her smile. The second insult. As Emily stood near the table, Daniel continued, switching again to Spanish. Apárate, chica. No estoy aquí para perder tiempo con gente como tú. Hurry up, girl. I'm not here to waste time with people like you. His partners chuckled again. But tonight, Emily felt something inside her shift. A strength she had buried under responsibility and exhaustion rose quietly. She took a gentle breath. Then, with flawless pronunciation, she replied in Spanish. Señor, no es mi trabajo soportar insultos, pero si es mi trabajo servir con dignidad. Eso, es algo que usted parece haber olvidado. Sir, it's not my job to endure insults, but it is my job to serve with dignity. And that is something you seem to have forgotten. The entire restaurant turned. Daniel's mouth fell open. His partners stared at Emily as if she had just grown wings. The silence that followed. Daniel tried to recover. You speak Spanish. He stammered. Emily replied smoothly in English, fluently, sir. 4 languages, actually. Now, may I take your order? Her calmness made the billionaire feel smaller than he ever had in his life. For the first time, people were watching him with judgment. And it stung. The billionaire's internal struggle. Daniel Alvarez hadn't always been cruel. Once, he was poor, a boy from Colombia who came to the US with nothing. But somewhere along the way, success inflated his ego, and he began to treat people as stepping stones. Something about Emily, about her quiet strength, her dignity despite hardship. It reminded him of the boy he used to be. And ashamed, he couldn't focus on the meal. Guilt twisted inside him. Finally, he stood up and walked toward the counter where Emily was wiping glasses to steady herself. The apology that wasn't enough. Miss Emily, right? He asked softly. She looked at him, expression reserved but respectful. I'm sorry, Daniel said, lowering his eyes, a gesture no one had seen from him in years. I had no right to speak to you like that. Emily nodded. Thank you for apologizing, sir. But Daniel still felt unsettled. Is waitressing your full-time job? Emily hesitated, then told him the truth. About her brother, her lost dreams, her languages, and the hope she still carried despite life's cruelty. Daniel listened, stunned. This woman he mocked had more courage than most people he admired. The offer that changed everything. The next morning, Emily was preparing for her shift when her manager called out. Emily, someone here to see you. She stepped out, and saw Daniel. But he wasn't wearing the arrogance from last night. He looked humble. Emily, he said, I know I don't deserve your trust. But I want to make something right. He handed her a card. Alvarez Global Foundation, Director of International Communications Trainee Program. Emily gasped. I don't understand. You speak 4 languages, Daniel said. You have discipline, intelligence, and heart. Those are qualities money can't buy. He continued softly. I build my companies overseas. I need people who understand culture and communication, people like you. Emily's eyes filled with tears. But, what about my brother? Daniel smiled. We have a family support policy. He'll receive a full scholarship, all expenses covered. Her knees went weak. He wasn't just offering her a job. He was offering her life back. The final test, trust again. Emily took a deep breath. It's a huge step, she whispered. I've been disappointed so many times. Daniel nodded. I won't blame you if you say no. But let me prove that not everyone who fails you will fail you twice. For the first time in years, Emily allowed herself to hope. And she accepted. 1 year later, the woman WHO rose. Emily stood on a stage in Madrid, delivering a speech to hundreds of international partners, in perfect Spanish. Daniel sat in the front row, eyes shining with pride. Michael, now smiling and confident, sat beside him. Emily's career soared. Daniel changed too, becoming more compassionate, more grounded. What began as an insult became the turning point in both their lives.